All right, hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
I want to begin by giving all glory and praises to
Yahweh,
Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rechakadash. The honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the Hopefully Lake. And Shalom to all the Akim pushing this truth with sincerity. So, Brother Atazawan,
You ready to call?
from the GMS Columbus branch, coming back again with another video through the Spirit. Lord's will is edifying. And pretty much just going to do a quick video through the Spirit concerning, the end times and another sign, that indicates that we are actually at the end, based upon the state of the people, the minds of the people. Okay, we understand. Let's get Matthew 24. Now I start at 36, I believe. All right, we understand that this was a sign ultimately that Yahweh Shai left us, all right, to look for, all right, prior to him returning back to the earth, prior to his second coming, is the behavior, all right, of the people, all right, the mindset of the world, all right. You scroll on the social media, the internet, you see bed wenches, shaking their tail everywhere, all right, sitch witches, all right, proud men, okay, lovers of their own self, that we're going to get into, all around the board, all right, all around the world, all right, day in and day out. That's all you see is pride, okay. And then, like I said, that's a big indicator that we are in fact at the end. This has to be the last generation. All right. How worse can it get? Besides the wickedness of Esau, Edom. All right. But the mind state of the people is just completely, gone. All right. These people are immoral. All right. Practice all types of immoral acts. Sexual deviance. All right. Just complete demons, man. All right, and that's why the Lord has to destroy 2/3 of the people, and ultimately has to just come back and reset the earth, man.
I got a quick precept for you.
You got it.
Hosea 4:6 says, "My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee."
Right, and Jake is the forefront, is at the forefront, all right, of the wickedness of the world, all right, in the sense that Esau, Edom pushes their wickedness out, all right, pushes out their shame, you see, etc. All right, Jake is just completely gone. All right, but like I said, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Look at the state of Jake, man. All right, only evil runs in the mind of you so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you Israelites. All right, it's all they conjure up, YNs, bops, dots. All right, that's black culture. You see, Israel is in a state that it has never been, just this complete shame. All right, you got it, bro.
Yeah, and real quick, it's like all our people are good for in this life right now is pretty much entertainment. And that's why, you get on the internet, you see, shorties out here just twerking because they don't have anything else within their minds to do. They're not out trying to be doctors and things like that, to better themselves. They're not trying to learn the scriptures for real, our people are promoting wickedness. That's why the streamers have a big following these days. And what do they do all day? They do nothing. They sit in front of the camera and do stupid shit all day. All right, and that's why majority of the kids growing up, they say, oh, well, I want to be a YouTuber, I want to be a streamer, right, I want to do this, I want to do that, because that's all they see.
Content creators.
Yeah, and what content is it? It's no content to it. It's no context. It's no learning. It's nothing. You see, and then they'll have a little clip where they'll play the little sad music and everybody say something nice, or everybody say something like that. Should be BS, man. It's all for an image, man. None of that shit amounts to nothing.
I got a quick one. Lamentations 2:15. It says, "All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem." Right. The nations mock Jake. Bypass, Jake, because ultimately Jerusalem is a people before it's a place, and they know who we are. All right, like you said, they hiss and wag their head. They just, what I'm saying? Snarl, scoff. All right, like I said, the mindset of the people is just completely, out of this world. All right, forefront, with Jake in the forefront and the other nations. All right, all the homosexual acts and, like I said, sexual deviance. This place is just completely gone. All right, and see, this is the state that Esau, Edom, all right, the king of the world at this present time, has made it. Okay, because he is the wicked, so he allows this lewd behavior, all right, to run rampant in his kingdom. All right, because he in fact is a beastly man as well. you know, but he covers it up with his suit and ties, his proper, you know, dialect, etc. It reads, saying, is this the city men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? Right, you know, because that's what ultimately the nation was intended to be, all right, to establish righteousness, man. All right, going to Jerusalem real quick, the meaning of Jerusalem, all right, teaching of peace, you see? So that was, you know, our true intent, you know, as a nation of people, all right, to teach righteousness and push righteousness in the earth, all right? But now, you know, Jake is doing nothing but pushing wickedness, you know?
Right, and then everything that Esau does or promotes, it promotes wickedness. It's against the scriptures.
Mm-hmm.
So if you got people in the world, you know what I'm saying, doing this and that, that's promoting wickedness, they're all for it.
Mm-hmm.
But then they'll play on the contrary, like, oh, well, you can't say certain things about certain groups of people. You can't do this and that. You see, but it's all geared towards pushing that wickedness, and they do that because they know that there are men out there like us that are pushing against these different nations of people, man, and, you know, professing their wickedness. That Christianity, all that shit is wickedness as well.
Mm-hmm.
You see, so they put something in front of you to make it seem righteous, but all behind it is wickedness as well, because it's pulling you away from the true doctrine, the true scriptures, man, pulling you away from the true names, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh.
Shit, you could grab that 2 Corinthians 15 since you made that point at the top. But was it more than that?
Which one?
Hosea?
Yeah, a little bit.
Just finish that out. You know, grab that 2 Corinthians 15. Yeah, you know, everything here is just, you know, just done.
But yeah, real quick, I'm gonna just bring it back from the top. Mm-hmm. Hosea 4:6 says, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee."
Right, and that's what's gonna happen. All right, mm-hmm. And ultimately it did happen. All right, the Lord rejected, all right, the nation of Israel. All right, and that's why He's only dealing with the elect at this present time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because ultimately the 2/3 will be destroyed. This ain't gonna mess up the video, is it?
No.
Ultimately, you know, the Lord is going to destroy the 2/3 of the nation, okay? And we can't fucking wait, man. Like I said, man, it just vexes you. You know, the state of this world is just completely vexing, all right? But you got it, bro.
It says, "If thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children."
Mm-hmm.
Where we at?
2 Corinthians 15.
So 2 Corinthians 15 at the top, it says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord."
Right, speak one more time, so like that.
2 Corinthians 15 at the top, it says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people. Speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy."
Right, that's what we're doing. Speaking into the ears of the people the words of prophecy, you know? And who is our people? The so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans who descend from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the Israelites. All right? You got it.
It says, "Which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true."
Right. They are faithful and true. These words are faithful and true. All right? Plain and simple. It's evident. You got it.
It says, "Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee."
Right, the unbelief. And that's what we see, a lot of unbelievers, unfaithful, all right? As it is written in 2 Corinthians 9th chapter. You got it?
It says, "That speak against thee, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues."
Did I say 9?
Huh?
Did I say 2 Corinthians 9?
Yeah.
It's like it. 2 Corinthians 15. You got it.
It says, "For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction."
Right, that's going to be the remedy, all right, for what's going on in the earth. All the lewd behavior, all right, all the nastiness, the immoral behavior, all right. That's what the Heavenly Father is going to use to what's the word I'm looking for? Salaki, you got it. Forget the word I'm looking for. Appease His wrath, so to speak. Salaki, you got it.
Yep. Verse 6, it says, "For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled."
Right, and that's the point. Wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth. You see? and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Let me look up that word, exceeding, real quick. If you want to make a point, you can, bro.
Yeah, because, you know, Esau and his doctrine, his ways of living have made its way across the whole earth. Not even just in America anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You see, a lot of different, you know, nations of people all across the globe are taking plays out of Esau's book.
Mm-hmm.
You see, and using them. All right, and that's why you see everything coming across the world, man. And that's why a lot of different people, especially people in, you know, the Muslim countries and things like that, they come over to America to fulfill their wickedness.
Yep.
You see, fulfill their worldly lust, the things that they've seen and they've always wanted to try.
Mm-hmm.
You see, there was one Muslim shorty that was on a podcast, and she was talking about how she was doing some foul stuff and at the wherever they do their prayer meetings and everything out on the roof. You see, and she came to America and she's sitting there with her hijab on still, pregnant as hell, talking about her wickedness, man, and the bullshit that she's done, man. You see? So America's ways and all that wickedness and nastiness that they do, man, went across the globe. Man.
Right, yeah, right. Like you said, the kings of the earth have fornicated with her, right? And on top of that, going back to it, who do they use to be the forefront of that? Like we were mentioning, you Jakes, you Israelites. All right, you barbecue, church sandal wearing niggas. You know, you Keishas, you Bops, you Thoughts. The YN culture, that shit all the way in Japan now.
Yeah.
Hey, I see the YN culture, you know, because what? You know, we Israelites, you know, we got the flavor, we got the sauce, you know, and all the nations follow after us and mimic us. So Esau has used you as a weapon, all right, to weaken the nations, to keep them drunk as well, all right. He has used you as his dog, you know, just spirit for you know.
But yeah, just real quick, man. One more quick point, man. Yeah. Just thinking about the food situation, man. You got Jake on the internet cooking up snakes and alligators and shit, man. You see, that's Esau shit, man. You see, so y'all taking everything from Esau and just destroying our people. Now you got people thinking, man, I might want to try that snake. I might want to try that alligator. You see? And I be hearing Esau at work talking about, yeah, I'll eat frog legs, I'll eat gator, I'll eat this, I'll eat that. But now you got Jake out here doing it, man, trying to make it look good.
Right.
I'm going to fry it up.
Yep. Throw the Sazon on the joint.
Yeah, man, come on,
Throw the
man.
nature seasoning through that bit. You know? Crazy shit, man. Like I said, the state of the world is just completely corrupt. But I got this word exceeding, or exceed. It says to go beyond. So wickedness is just fucking beyond, you know, it's just out of this world. You know, it's at an all-time high. And that was written, thousands of years ago. You see? But how much more now? Like, this has to be the last generation. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it, man. This gotta be it. Apparatus, this is it. I believe this gotta be the last generation. Like I said, the mindset of the people is just fucking ridiculous, man. People's brain cells are fucking, you know, have been tampered with, altered. You know, Esau put the red dye and the blue 7 and all that type of shit, yellow 6 all through the food. All right, the mindset of the people is just, the people are gone, you know? But you could jump to you got something?
Yeah, real quick. This John 8 and verse 44, it says, ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do.
Right, you know? Ye are of your father the devil, all right? You know what I'm saying? Is that in red? I think that's supposed to be in red letter.
I believe so.
Yeah, I was shot. You know? Like you said, ye are of your father the devil. That's what Jake does. They follow after their daddy Esau, Edom. You know? They follow after Satan. We say they are wise to do evil. You know? Real quick, let me get that.
Yep.
Now in a minute.
But yeah, man, that's what Jake do, man. Jake is followers, man. You see, the whole time, man, you know, what the scripture you out said, well, Jacob is the form of all things, man. We the ones with the flavor, man. We the ones that got it, man. But yet we still want to follow behind Esau.
Right, and it's so Salaki, and it's so fucking, the dynamic is so weird, because here it is, Esau and other nations want to be like us, but we want to follow after the nations. It's just stupid, man. Yeah, we were supposed to be separate, supposed to be holy, man.
Exactly. See, and that's why the scripture about the foundations of the earth are out of course. Roughly paraphrasing, man. Everything is so flip-flopping backwards, man.
Yeah.
And that's more reason for us to not need to be a part of this kingdom, man.
Yeah.
It's the reason why this kingdom has to fall, because everything is out of place, man. Nothing is righteous. Nothing is in its right order. Jesus Christ speak about the woman compassion, man. All these different things, man. It plays out in everyday life, man. You see, so how can you say that the scriptures are not real, or how can you get mad at us for bringing out these scriptures that nobody else wants to bring out and tell us that we're wrong?
Yep.
You're wrong because you want this place to continue. Everybody wants to save the world. You know, you got your world cleanup crews, and I'm gonna plant trees and this and that. Whole time you planting this many trees, same amount get cut down, if not more.
Planet Green Thumb and shit.
Come on, man. None of that shit's gonna help this place.
Yeah. Stupid shit, man. But I got that scripture real quick. Jeremiah 4:22, it says, "For my people is foolish, they have not known me. They are sottish children, they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge." See, they are wise to do evil. They follow after Satan. They follow after their daddy, the devil. All right? Being Esau, Edom. Like I said, in the lust of their father, they will do, right? All the like I said, the nastiness and shit. You know, Jake practice that shit and goes beyond. It's this weird, nasty shit, man. This shit makes you fucking cringe. You know, knowing, you know, the shit that be going on in the world. You know, this shit happens every fucking day. Men getting popped up the anus, you know, women who carpet munchers, and just nastiness all around the fucking board. And like I said earlier, you know, in the beginning of the video, that's how we know that we're at the end. All right, matter of fact, let's jump to that. You some more on that?
Yeah, I'm gonna finish this and then where you want me at?
Matthew 24:36. Because, you know, like I said, this is a sign, an indicator that Yahweh Shai is on his way. Because he mentioned the behavior of the people. He mentioned the state of the world, what the state of the world will be like prior to him coming. All right, now do we know the exact date? No, but we know that we're in those times. We have to be. It's no doubt about it. We have to be in those times, man. You know? But you got it, bro.
Just finishing this out, I'm gonna bring it back real quick. John 8:44 says, "Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him."
Right. You know, that's heavy on Jake. Murder, kill.
Yeah.
Catching hats. It was body, now it's hats, head tapping. Just a whole bunch of just folly, man. It's evil
and real
behavior.
Quick, I listen to these dudes' music, right? Every other line, they talking about a switch. I got the button, I got the switch, catching the hat. Like it's deep embedded in within Jake, and then they just put it on a different beat. Like, it shit sucks everywhere.
He gave him over to a reprobate spirit, you know? The Lord, he allowed them to be overtaken by their devices, bro.
Yep.
See? And that institution not good.
Yeah.
But you got it, bro.
It says, "When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it."
Right, Jake, liars, young,
huge liars,
truth breakers.
Man. Yeah.
Just corrupt. It's fucking Gotham City. Like our beloved Dawodah said, it's the valley of the shadow of death. You know, ultimately speaking about America, Babylon, they just death all around you. Food's poison, men just think about killing, and it's just, come on, man. You know? Just a wole bunch of just folly.
To every Whole Foods commercial, there's 100,000 Taco Bell and McDonald's commercials.
Right.
You see?
Yep.
So it's like it's all set up for you to get the BS shit.
BK.
You know what I'm talking about?
You're right. You rule this. Oh man, and they really fucking romanticize this shit too, as if this shit is good for you.
Yeah,
they got
exactly.
the catchphrases, the what's the songs called? How they
jingles? You got people getting paid to make jingles about this bullshit.
About poison, man. It's getting made in a fucking lab. It's, you know, they fucking taking cells and putting them on petri dishes and growing meat, lab grown meat and shit, man.
I know Jake seen the new Popeyes commercial. Goddamn pickle. We got pickle everything. They got pickle sandwich. They got pickle lemonade. Like, come on, man.
Right, and they geared towards niggas, man. Who eats all this shit up? Niggas. I know Jake used to love a double cheese, man. Shit is crazy, but they know how to get the minds of the people and warp their minds. Man, he's a crafty devil. You know?
And then they'll put it on the screen and sell it to you like you getting such a good deal. Oh, $5.99, you get two, you get the 2 for $5. You gonna get the 2 for $7. You know what I'm saying? You get the meal for 2 meal for $10.99 and some more shit.
Right. And Jay eat that shit up because Jay can get no money. Oh shit, hell yeah, I'm gonna go get that jug from down the street.
Yeah. Mom Dukes don't feel like cooking. What we'll get? A double cheese, small fry. It's shit hell, man. Double. Yeah.
Shit's wild, man. This shit, and we laugh at this shit. This shit is fucking crazy. You really sit and think about the world that you live in, and then you think and then they really think we crazy. Cause we speaking against we the crazy ones. You want to stuff your mouth with big Bufords and shit, man. And we let you know that, hey, bro, we want a righteous world to be, established on the earth, man. A righteous kingdom. Yeah. Where it's no death, no sorrow, no pain. Okay? Which ultimately that's going to be for the Israelites. But hey, even the heathen's going to benefit from us, man. All right? Micah 4. Isaiah 2. Real quick, grab Proverbs 29:2 real quick. Yep. Come on, man. This is what we're pushing. This is the good news that we're pushing. All right, for you Israelites. But we're crazy, though. We're so, out of this world and shit, man. Nah, man, you fucking crazy. You niggas are crazy. You heathen are crazy, man. Esau, Edom, you're crazy, man.
Yeah, and just real quick, that's the difference between us and you niggas is because we don't want to fuck up. We don't want to go off.
Yeah.
We don't want to sit and eat this BS all day. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to be fat. We don't want to be sick. We don't want to deal with none of that shit, man. So it's like, why do you want to save this place? You sick with me, nigga.
Right.
You just as sick as me, probably, if not worse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yet you want this place to continue. Why? Because you don't want to see your family die.
Right.
You don't want to lose your car. You don't want to lose your house.
Right, because they want to live in their wickedness, man. They just want to be wicked. Oh, you fucking nasty mother. You niggas are fucking disgusting. I despise niggas, man.
Man.
Because, between my little brother here, bro, we been in the thick of all the niggerdom. I mean, oh, man, from all types of Christianity, growing up in the streets, just seen which that's all of us, but we seen, like, bro, it just bugs you the fuck out. This shit just fucking inflames you. You just get fucking, knowing all the corrupt shit you were taught and still trying to break the shit, in this truth. We want to get out of this place.
Real niggerdom.
We want to get out of this fucking place, man. Yeah. And then on top of that, understanding the wickedness of Esau, man, people don't understand what the prophets go through, man, up here. This is a fucking fight. This is a spiritual warfare that we got to deal with day in and day out, on top of dealing with our own demons. All right? Dealing with our own mental plagues. Then dealing with the vexation and the conversation of the wicked of the world. Seeing our people in a fucked up state. Just all types of just fuckery, man. You got it, bro.
Real quick, Proverbs 29:2 says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
Right, and come on, man, everyone's mourning. All right, even the so-called white privilege, they're mourning. The middle class is damn near done. All right, Jay can hardly afford shit. You see white women and all across the board making videos of how, they can barely afford to get by, working 2 jobs, sticking it out, with peanut butter and jelly sandwiches just to, save up for the rent. Just all types of folly, man. Right. And then on top of that, you got to eat so cheap and all that shit is poison. This shit is bugged out. All right? Like you said, when the righteous are on authority, the people rejoice, and that's what we're here to proclaim. We need Yahweh Shai to come destroy this place, all right? Take down these nations, okay? Establish righteousness, via the rod of iron, via his men, his governing body, the 144 on down, okay? That this earth can thrive again, that there can be peace in the earth, man. Like you said, Jerusalem, the teaching of peace. You see? And that's what we're going to do. We're going to teach peace. All right? Real quick, grab Isaiah 2 and 3 real quick. Start at 3. Yep, start at 3.
So Isaiah 2 and verse 3 says, and many people shall go and say, come ye, let us go up to the mountain of Yahweh.
Right, the governing body, all right, of the Heavenly Father. See, you got it.
To the house of the God of Jacob. He will teach us his ways.
Right, when we're in our kingdom, we're going to teach them our ways. We're going to teach them peace. We're going to teach them righteousness. We're going to teach them how to live and thrive and be in sync with the world. All right, because the nations now are following after Esau, Edom's, all right, blueprint on how the earth should be ran and governed. GMOs, all right, factories, smog, all right, dumping nuclear waste. They getting all this shit from Esau, Edom. When you look and check out civilization today, a lot of these, countries, although some may be thriving, better than the U.S. At this point, but they all get their blueprint from Esau, Edom. That's why when you read like Revelation 18, they're going to be like, damn, that, the great horde, you know what I'm saying? Alas, that great horde, you know what I'm saying, has been destroyed. They're going to be like, shit, because they really need America to keep on moving. All right? Because Esau, Edom is the chief of the heathen nation. So they need, that big brother, you know what I'm saying? Or, however you want to put it, or that horde to follow after. All right? Because even when you look at like Japan, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the technology, they all mimic Esau, man. So they're all following Esau, Edom's blueprint. That's why you got McDonald's in Japan and McDonald's in China. All right? McDonald's in parts of Europe and Africa. Burger King, Taco Bell, They all following after Esau, Edom. All right? But that's to their detriment as well. Now they dealing with, cancers and,
Yep.
Yeah, although, you got some countries that, live better in certain regards, but they still deal with the same shit. Probably not on the scale that we deal with it. But they got fucking, dyes and shit in their food too, in certain parts. They're still, corrupt mentally, by the philosophies of Esau, Edom. See? You got it, bro.
It says, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
Right. He shall teach us his ways, and we shall walk in their path. Right. We're going to teach them how to be upstanding, all right, righteous people. Of course, they're going to go off because they're going to be subject to the flesh. But, when with the sons of God, all right, the Elohim, all right, chiefly with Yahweh Shai, man, they may live longer. The years may be prolonged again. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be healthier. Ain't going to be no GMO foods. All right? No fucking soil that doesn't, breed any nutrients.
Right.
Everything's going to be, pure. So their lifespan may be extended. Who knows? I say that as a man, I believe. It may live longer. You know what I'm saying? You may get some more, may get back to, living 500 years, 400 years. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Once, the smoke clears after they serve their captivity. Because what they're going to be eating better, they're going to live longer. Organs, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Things are going to be better. They're going to benefit from the sons of God's rule. All right? You got it.
Verse 4, it says, and he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares.
Right, they're going to beat their swords into plowshares. Farming tools. See? You got it.
He says, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
Come on, man. It's going to be peace. All right, with the Israelites in power, all right, there's going to be peace on the earth again once more. And that's all we pushing. We pushing peace.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We pushing peace, man, J-Man. It's like it. We pushing peace. That's all we want, man. Jay just want to sit down and be cooler. You know what I'm saying? Just chill. But, oh, man. And like I said, but we the problem. We just trying to chill. I'm tired as hell right now. You know?
This place.
They work fucking extreme hours just to, you know, stay afloat and get by, you know, stay above water. You know? We ready for peace, man. We ready for Yahweh Shah to come through, man. So Jay can chill. Alright, and after you nations serve your captivity, alright, with the sons of God in rulership, with the Israelites in rulership, alright, with the governing body being established, you gonna live better as well. As long as you follow suit, you know, just like Rahab the harlot, you know, her family ultimately got blessed because she followed suit. She's like, all right, I'm with y'all, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have certain families of the heathen that's gonna, like, y'all cooler. I already got a couple heathen. I'm like, man, I'll make sure you alright, man. You don't whoop your ass a couple times, then once I catch you in the regeneration, you know, I'm gonna set you up nice and plush.
Yeah.
You know, make sure you're alright, man. I like your food. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I need my man at the joint.
Yeah.
Be my head chef. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? He gonna, you know, get right. You know, I need certain. All right, you know, this is how I want this crib. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, everybody's gonna benefit, man. And that's what we here to proclaim as well, man. Everyone's gonna benefit with Yahweh Shah ruling.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in some way. You know, after that 1,000 years, because that first 1,000 years, I gotta work. I gotta drink of the cup that we drink of, that captivity, slavery. You know. But let's jump to Matthew 24 and 36, getting back to the state of the world, the mindset of the people, you know, etc. And, you know, like I said, another indicator, you know, that we are at the end. You know, you got it.
So Matthew 24, starting at verse 36,
Mm-hmm.
it says, "But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days were nowhere, so shall also this coming of the Son of Man be."
Right. So Yahweh Shai referenced the days of Noah. All right, and how they were living, the mindset of the people, the mentality, you know, what they, you know, were focused on. All right, just being lewd, you know, promiscuous, fucking rowdy, raunchy. All right, just being riotous.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just living careless, man. You got it.
It says, "For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark."
Just living careless, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and that's the state that the world is in today. Just a whole bunch of careless behavior, careless women, careless men. All right, that's the state that the world is in today, and that's how we know Yahweh Shai is on his way back. He has to be. This got to be the last generation. Ain't no way we in a fucking world where every time you fucking click on Instagram or any social media, you just see bitches twerking all day, just doing TikTok dances. This shit is whack. Bro, this, you know what I'm talking about?
Like I said,
You click and then boom, you see a nigga doing the, you know what I'm saying?
bro.
I hate that fucking dance, bro. Niggas all, you know, gyrating and percolating and shit all on the screen. Just a whole bunch of dumb shit, man.
Yeah, the minds of this world are polluted. You see, and it's no remedy for it but death. There's no remedy for it but the Lord coming back and destroying this place, man.
Right, like scripture say, why should ye be stricken anymore?
Yeah.
Captivity ain't enough for niggas. Niggas just gotta get melted now.
Yeah.
Niggas just gotta get pulverized and turned back into dust. And the Lord gotta raise Jacob up, you know, through the loins of the elect. But they gotta feel that judgment. They gonna wake up with that shame and everlasting contempt. You know, the lashes wasn't enough for niggas, bro.
Yep.
That's just goes to show you how fucking wicked Jake is, man.
They show you how dumb Jake is because Jake don't realize and understand that they are still in captivity.
Mm-hmm.
We're still behind enemy lines. Everything has been geared to destroy us. You see? But Jake and the world don't even pay attention to that. You see, and they think because they may have gotten a couple of dollars that they ain't fucked up still, man. You still, it's all a setup. You see, Esau set you up. Esau put you in the trick bag.
Niggas got lineups. No, I don't like you niggas, bro. Oh, man, I tell you, boy. I don't fucking like you dudes. Niggas, the streamer niggas, Punga, and oh, I don't like niggas, man. You got it, man. Goodness fucking man. Go ahead.
It's Matthew 24 and verse 39. It says, "It knew not until the flood came and took them all away."
And that's what's going to happen. That new flood being them thermonuclear missiles.
Mm-hmm.
That's when niggas gonna know. That's when niggas gonna know. All right, when that second death hits, that's when niggas gonna fucking know. All right, Lord got it out for you niggas, and I can't fucking wait, man. I pray we on them chariots, man. What's that? Revelation 15. Grab that real quick. Revelation 15. See a sea of glass mingle with fire. I think that's Revelation 15. 15.
Yeah. It's Revelation 15. I'll start at the top.
Yeah.
It says, "And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 plagues, for in them is filled with the wrath of the Most High."
Right, those plagues going into the wrath of the Heavenly Father. All right, that last plague is going to be what? The destruction. You know? You got it.
It says, verse 2, "And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that have gotten the victory over the beast."
Right, the sea of glass, you know, being the firmament. All right? See? And what? We're going to be over top of it. All right? Looking down. You see? Like I said, mingle with fire, because what though? Those flames are it's gonna be this whole. We just got done doing some traveling. Bro, this whole fucking continent or country is going to be fucking obliterated. Like, just imagine that. That's why this second death is gonna be, this whole country is gonna be fucking engulfed in flames. All right, just imagine that. That if you just look out in this, just imagine everything burning 2-3 miles. That's what the fuck? But we talking what, 5,000 miles of just pure fire. All right, you got it, bro.
It says, "And them that had gotten the victory over the beast and over his image and over his mark."
Start again on that.
Revelation 15:2. It says, "And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that have gotten the victory over the beast and over his image and over his mark."
Right, and them who got victory over the beast, over his image, over his mark. Right, we can get through the MOTB period. We deny Esau, Edom's philosophies, etc. You see, we are blameless. All right, we got victory over the beast via what? The blood of Yahweh Shai. All right, we're going to be on top of those. We're going to be in those chariots looking down. All right, upon the firmament, watching this place burn. All right, and we're going to rejoice. You see, we're going to drink that yayan as it is written with Yahweh Shai new. You say, "I shall not drink of the fruit of the vine." All right, till I drink it with you new in the kingdom. Roughly paraphrasing. Oh my God, that galactic yayan that just been aging for years. Big old cup. J Hands, big as shit.
Big as hell.
Can't wait. This what we want, man. I don't want no Lambo. I don't want a G-Wagon.
Yeah.
I don't want a mansion on the hills, Beverly Hills. I don't want that shit, man. I want to be on them chariots with Yahweh Shai drinking that yayan, rejoicing because we got victory over this wicked ass place, rejoicing because we made it.
Yeah. I want that 100-fold that was speaking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Fuck that mansion.
Yeah. The hell with all that shit, man. You got it, bro.
It says, "And over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High. And they sing the song of Moses, the servants of God, and the song of the Lamb, saying, Great and marvelous are thy works, Lord God Almighty."
Sung the song of Moses, Exodus 15. Yahweh is a man of war, Yahweh is his name on down. The song they sung, after they were delivered out of Egypt. See the correlation? Because we're in that modern Egypt today. All right? There's some more? Yeah, just keep going. Fuck.
Yeah. It says, just and true are thy ways, thou King of saints.
Mm-hmm.
Who shall not fear thee, O Yahweh, and glorify thy name? For thou only art holy, for all nations shall come and worship before thee.
Right, all nations are going to bow before Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. They're going to beat these heathens into subjection. And they're going to know the only true God was Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, in the name of his son Yahweh Shai. Mm-hmm. They're going to know who the omnipotent is. Just like I said, we mentioned earlier, Rahab the harlot. Once we got delivered out of Egypt, what she said, we heard about your God. You know? We heard about Yahweh. That name is going to be, revived in the earth. People want to know the true God, who the Almighty truly is.
Mm-hmm.
You see? And they're going to bow down before him, all right? In the presence, of his people as well. You got it?
It says, for all nations shall come and worship before thee, for thy judgments are made manifest.
Right. The judgments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai are going to be made manifest, man. That's how, he let it be known through his judgments, through his power, through his works. All right? His reputation is going to be, brought back.
Yeah.
You see? Plain and simple. All right? But let's get 2 Timothy 3 at the top, and we're going to call it that. Just going to harken, putting a nail in the coffin concerning the mindset of the people prior to the end. All right? And, Albarat's how we get up out of here soon, man, because, man, like I said, it's got to be the last generation. Gotta be. You got it, bro.
You said 2 Timothy 3 at the top, right?
Yeah.
So 2 Timothy 3 at the top, it says, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come.
Mm-hmm.
For men shall be lovers of their own selves.
Right. See, in the last days perilous times shall come. And then it's going to give you the attributes of the people, the mindset of the people, all right, in the time of the end.
Mm-hmm.
You got it.
It says, for men shall be lovers of their own selves.
That's all day.
Yeah.
Rappers, sitch witches. All right. Like I said, all you do, you get on the gram and all that shit. Just people idolizing themselves. Ain't nothing wrong with taking a picture, getting fly, feeling good and all that. But these people just excessive. They look in the mirror. I'm this. I'm fine. Shit.
Mm-hmm. People think they perfect.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with the world these days. People are content with themselves and think that they are perfect and think to themselves that they don't have to change anything about themselves.
Yep.
You see, and people think that change is they make change is a bad thing. I'm not changing who I am for you, this and that. You should want to change. Why don't you want to be better? Why do you want to stay stuck in the position that you were? Why do you want to stay stuck in the mindset that you were all these years, your whole life? You see, why do you want to still be a lard ass? You know what I'm saying? Why do you feel like you don't want to take care of yourself? Why do you feel like you don't have to shower every day or whatever?
Yeah.
Stuff like that, man. People think that the shit that they do is cool and they're just content.
That main character syndrome.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing. That everybody want to be the main character. Listen, you want to be technically correct. The main character is Yahweh Shai. We're going to character. I believe it goes back to creation. Who's the number one spirit created? Who's the first thing that the Heavenly Father created? Yahweh Shai. To be his split image. Mm-hmm. Yahweh Shai is the main character, man. We just, in his movie, we just the background. Yep. I mean, we're part of the main plot, but the main character is Yahweh Shai, bro. You niggas ain't shit. Your ass crack sweating, been twerking all day. People really, come on, man. She was a fairy. That's the new shit going on. This fucking folly, man. You got it, bro.
It says, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters.
Covetous. That's all people do is covet, You got it. Want what the next man got. Mm-hmm. Want what the next woman got. We don't want nothing you niggas got. We want the kingdom. And that's it. You got it, bro.
It says, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, man. Unholy.
All this is self-explanatory. This is the mindset of the people. All right, in these last days. You got it.
It says, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High, having a form of
Right.
ungodly.
Lovers of pleasures. All
Yeah.
right. Sexual deviance, nastiness. Real quick, grab Romans 1. Start at 25. Just a whole bunch of nastiness. You know? Lovers of pleasures. See?
It's Romans 1 and verse 25. It says, who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie and worshiped and served the creature more than the Creator.
That's another thing too. They serve the creature before the Creator, man. You know? You got it, bro.
He says, who is blessed forever. Amen.
Keep going.
It says, for this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections.
Right, gave them up to vile afflictions. You know? Real quick, let me get that word vile. Morally repugnant. Morally flawed. You see? Look up the word repugnant. Hostile, opposed, contrary, inconsistent, contradictory. It says corrupt, wicked. Gave them up to wicked affections. You see, like I said, the Lord allowed them to be taken by the devices that they practice. Disgusting, or it says wicked, of no value, of inferior quality, disgusting, foul, ugly, degrading, humiliating, of low estate, without worldly honor or esteem. This is the state of the world. This is the state of the people. You see? All these attributes fit your regular, schmegular, citizen in America, Babylon the Great. This is how we know we at the end, man. Shameful, dishonorable, low-born, cheap, ugly, hideous, worthless, base, common.
I'm telling you, man, the state of this world is so worthless. Everything that's promoted these days is worth nothing.
Yeah.
It doesn't amount to anything.
It just amounts to wickedness, man.
That's it. That's it.
Jump back to that, Tim.
It's verse 2 Timothy 3 and verse 5 says, having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. For of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women laden with sins.
Right, silly women laden with sin. That's all day, every day. Laden with sin. Let me look up that word laden. Just, man, weighed down, loaded. Loaded, Finish that verse and then finish that verse speaking and close out.
God. It says, led captive silly women loaded with sins, led away with divers lusts, ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth.
Plain.
End of the day, it ain't for you motherfuckers to know, man. Y'all not gonna come out of y'all wickedness, man. Majority of our people are gonna stay within that realm, man. All right, until the end comes, man. All right, and you get wiped out, man. All right, so for Jake and the truth, man. You know the words of the Lord, man. Keep pushing, man. Keep the faith, man, and do your best to stay away from the wickedness of this world, man, because it can take over you, man. All right, and we don't want the Lord to give us over to that spirit, man. All right.
Facts.
So with that, we're willing out edifying. We give all praise, honor, glory again unto
Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash.
Double honors again to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. We'll say Shalom, Abba, Abba.
Shalom.